For more on this, we go now to NTD News contributor Mike Leon. He's the Policy and Strategy Director of the Free and Equal Elections Foundation and host of the news commentary podcast called Can We Please Talk? Good to have you, Mike. Will not having a live audience for these debates help or hurt the candidates?
Chris, good to see you as always, my friend. First off, I'm really shocked that these debates got, set up so quickly with the two networks, CNN and ABC News, respectively. Having appeared on both of the networks and knowing the people in the background, this is a lot of work and a coordinated effort. So kudos to them for getting this all set up. I think the studio format, and you heard in the piece there, President Biden saying that, or at least President Biden's people saying that he prefers the studio format. And you can tell because he did in studio format when he went up against Bernie Sanders back in the 2019 going into 2020 cycle. And he performed pretty well, but he looks completely like a different person right now speaking in front of reporters and things like that. I think the live audience format, we saw it in the GOP primary debates, specifically the second one that happened at the Reagan Library in California. A lot of audience noise. It made it harder for people to hear the messages of the candidates and their platforms. And I think having it in a studio format, one-on-one setting, I think is the right way to go for both of these two.
Now, Biden is saying he won the 2020 debates against Trump. Did he win? And in your opinion, if so, in what way?
Well, it's kind of, from the previous question, Chris, I was watching the first debate again recently, and it's just talking over each other. The moderator was Chris Wallace, who's actually now with CNN, funny enough. And again, happening during the pandemic. So the crowd wasn't as influential because there wasn't as many people and they were wearing masks. But the biggest thing was the talking over each other. And, the package you guys just played before said the format will really call for microphones that can mute folks so people can explain their message, get their minute 30, 2-minute answers to the questions. This is what the people want to hear. If you're watching a debate at home right now and you're thinking about how you should be watching these debates, you need to hear what the candidate is saying so that way you can decide whether or not you want to vote for them in November. Having a crowd in there and reacting to every little talking point and buzzword, whatever they say in their message, is not the right way to do it. I think this format is a lot better. And I don't know if Biden won both of the debates because in the first one, it was too much talking over each other. And then obviously they ended up canceling the third one. And the second one, I would say, was kind of like a draw.
Also, these two candidates are so deeply opposed to one another. Any audience might be really volatile. It's possible. Now, Trump says there needs to be more than two debates. Why do you think his campaign is calling for that?
Well, I will tell you this. The Free and Equal Election Foundation, we're putting on a debate July 11th, which the former president and current president are invited to, amongst other candidates. Joe Stein from the Green Party and some of the other third-party candidates will be attending. So he's free to and welcome to come to that debate if he wants to. But I think more debates are the better, right? Because at the Free and Equal Election Foundation, that's what we feel. And more voices, more choices, the ability to have the platforms and to debate these topics and issues. You guys just mentioned, there's 6 or 7 key issues that voters are looking at, specifically inflation, economy, foreign policy right now, the crisis that's happening at the border. You can't cover all of that in an hour or 2-hour format once or twice, Chris. You need to have that multiple times debating these issues and pushing back on each other and actually talking about policies you've implemented for both of these candidates. So I'm in accordance with them. And if they want to come to the July 11th one at Freedom Fest, we would be happy to host them.
All right, Mike Leon, as always, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.